behind closed doors. I'm a fool for your love.
Hi guys, another Geek123 here. So today, since the Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer came out 8 days ago from recording, the 30th of April specifically, and I grew up with this character, I am going to go through everything we know about this controversial movie coming out in November. So here we go. So first I would like to talk about the plot of this movie. The movie follows the story of Tom Wojcicki, a police officer from San Francisco, now being a newly appointed sheriff of Green Hill. That is, when he finds Sonic the Hedgehog, who can run in incredible speeds and has been teleported to Earth from his home world and is hiding from the government. So Tom decides to help him. But Dr. Robotnik is also after the blue hero, making Tom and Sonic also try to defeat him. Now you must be wondering, who's a part of the cast and crew that is bringing this story to life? Well, Van Robtrix, again I'm not good with names, and Evan Susser wrote the script while Jeff Fowler has directed. The voice actor of Sonic is Ben Schwartz, while Dr. Robotnik is played by Jim Carrey, and Adam Pally plays Sheriff Tom. Talking about the cast, in May 2018, it was reported that Paul Rudd was going to play Tom, but it was denied. The next day it was announced that it was James Marsden instead, but then in June they changed it to Tika Sumpter, while Jim Carrey at the time was getting cast as Dr. Robotnik. But then in August, however, it changed again for Tom's role, Tom's character being cast as Adam, while Ben was getting cast as Sonic, and it's been like that ever since. Now let's talk about development. Sony originally had the rights to produce and put out a film based on Sonic in 2013. This led to June 2014 when Sony announced a live action film based on the character, which would be made by Sony and Marza Animation Planet. It was also announced that our current writers have always been on the job since the start. Jumping to early 2016, Sega CEO Hajime Satomi, I don't know if I pronounced that one right, said the film would be out worldwide in 2018. He also added the famous Tim Miller, who directed the original Deadpool film, to help produce and develop the film. But then all of a sudden in October 2017, it was announced all of a sudden that the film got sent to Paramount Pictures instead of Sony. But most of the team, including the writers, director and Tim Miller, were still a part of the crew. That led to the film being pushed back to this November. Original shots for filming took place between July to October 2018 in Vancouver, Ladysmith and Vancouver Island. Additional shots and reshoots were also took a couple of weeks later in New York. Now let's talk about the controversial visual effects in this movie. The effects are provided by Industrial Light and Magic, Blur Studio, Digital Domain and the Moving Picture Company. The production of this team told them to go for a realistic Sonic, adding fur, real shoes, 2 separate eyes and a human-like body, which has pissed many fans off. Before anyone seen the design, Tim Miller tried defending it, saying it would be odd seeing a weird, odd, naked otter running around. But to be honest, Sega even disagreed, saying that they didn't like Sonic's eyes, and fans have been making their own better versions of the live action character days after the trailer released. Eventually, after the trailer did get released at the time, on May 2nd, 2 days after the trailer did come out, Fowler announced on Twitter that Sonic would be redesigned for the movie after everyone's anger towards the original design really was going to affect the movie. Finally, about the music. In February, Junkie XL signed on to compose the score for Sonic. Also, Riff Raff was also to appear in the soundtrack, and he's also to have a role in the movie. Let's just hope their songs fit better than Gangsta Paradise in the trailer. So guys, this is everything we know about the Sonic trailer. Sonic movie. The trailer to me was actually okay. I thought Dr. Robotnik's going to be quite good. I just didn't like Sonic much. I didn't like the design. I'm glad that they're changing it, but I also feel sorry for the people that have tried really hard getting this character to life with the studio and producers' thoughts. I don't know why they wanted it, but I guess Tim Miller sort of did want to defend it with it, and it sort of did at the time, but obviously it hasn't worked out. I honestly think that, again, everything was okay. One thing about the actual jokes though was that I'm not really going to go through this because everyone's went through this whole trailer and bashed on it. The one joke that was the worst to me was probably the ending one, where it was two people asking if it was a child in the bag, and he was like, no, this is another person's child. And I walked away. I just didn't get that joke. Who would do that? But honestly guys, what are your thoughts on the movie? And did you think that production was hell for this movie? Because I do. But again, I'm not going to put my thoughts on this. This is just facts. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Hold up.